one to sing along. Everybody knows this one. Town had a good-looking mama who never was around, but she
Whiskey
grew all the town.
And who knows, that authenticity might just be what takes them all the way.
It's been amazing to follow their journey, and I have a feeling this is just the beginning for them. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
The pleasure was all mine.
Ever wonder if a band can really stay true to their roots and still, make it big? Like really hit it big?
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into the world of Whiskey Bound.
Okay.
They're a Michigan band that just might be proving that you can.
Interesting.
They've got that hometown grit, powerful vocals, and everyone says their shows are a party. But can they break out beyond the Michigan border?
That's a great question. What we see with Whiskey Bound is this really interesting mix of ambition and dedication to their home state. They've been on quite a journey with lineup changes, countless shows, and you can just see how dedicated they are to what they do.
Yeah, you can tell they've been through a lot together, and that definitely shows in the music.
Absolutely.
They were formed back in 2014 by Charlie and Melissa Guerrero.
Okay.
Husband and wife duo.
Oh, wow.
From Morley, Michigan. Talk about a strong foundation.
All right.
It's like that old saying,
The couple that rocks together.
stays together.
Yes.
Exactly. And they've really built something special. Now they're a 5-piece band with members from all over Michigan.
Nice.
You've got Greg Westbrook on drums from Grant, Brian Johnson on lead guitar from Caledonia, and Mark Lewis holding down the bass lines from Whitehall.
Wow.
This is a real Michigan melting pot of musical talent.
And that local focus is a huge part of their identity. They talk about their fans like family, and they're always playing shows in even the smallest Michigan towns. It's clear they're not just playing music, they're building a community.
Yeah, I love that. It makes you wonder if that local connection gives them an edge or makes it harder to break out nationally.
That is the million-dollar question.
Okay.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about their sound.
Okay.
Imagine classic rock with a country heart.
Okay.
It's that familiar foot-stomping energy, but with Melissa's incredible vocals and lyrics that tell a story.
It's interesting, this blend of genres seems obvious, but few bands can pull it off. What Whiskey Bound does so well is weave that storytelling of country into that high energy of classic rock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can hear that energy in their live shows, too. They've played some impressive venues in Michigan, including the DeVos Center twice and the Van Andel Arena also twice. For a band so focused on local shows, that's a pretty big deal.
Wow, that is impressive. So we know they've got the local support, but what I'm curious about is, do they have what it takes to make it on a larger scale?
That's what we're here to uncover. Now, remember all those local shows we talked about?
Yeah.
Well, buckle up, because they have a busy schedule coming up.
So are we talking like every county fair in Michigan, or what?
Well, they're not afraid of a little hard work, that's for sure. They've got gigs coming up in Fruitport,
Okay.
Conshohocken, Grand Rapids,
Yeah.
Wyoming, Harbor Springs. They're practically living out of their tour van. And get this.
Okay.
They go all out for their Halloween shows.
Oh, wow.
Costumes and all.
Now that's dedication. Playing 5 shows in a month is one thing, but like planning costumes on top of it, these guys are serious.
Yeah. And that's just October and November. They've got shows booked all through December, too.
Really?
These guys don't believe in taking a break. It's that kind of dedication that makes you wonder, could this be part of the strategy for national attention?
You think all these local shows could actually help them break out nationally? How does that even work?
Think about it. All of those smaller shows, they build a loyal fan base.
Right.
Which translates to buzz, social media activity, a reputation as a must-see live act.
Yeah.
It's like building a grassroots movement from the ground up.
It's like they're building that word-of-mouth momentum you always hear about.
Exactly. And that momentum can be more valuable than any big-time producer or record deal.
Wow.
They're creating buzz that's hard to ignore.
That makes sense. But what about their music? Is it like radio-friendly enough to appeal to a wider audience?
That's where their unique blend of country and classic rock comes in.
Right.
They've managed to create a sound that's both familiar and fresh.
I've never really thought about it like that before, but you're right. They've got that classic rock energy that gets everyone on their feet, but then they reel you in with those like heartfelt country lyrics.
Yeah.
It's a winning combination for sure.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is how they use their platform.
Okay.
Whiskey Bound constantly interacts with their fans online, responding to comments, sharing behind-the-scenes moments.
Yeah.
It's like they're inviting everyone along for the ride.
They seem to really get that connection with the fans is everything.
Absolutely, and they're not afraid to show their personalities, which makes them even more relatable. They're not just musicians, they're real people chasing their dreams. And I think that resonates with people, especially in a world where everything can feel so manufactured.
So we've got this band that's playing tons of local shows,
Yeah.
building a super loyal fan base, and they're genuinely good people.
Don't forget the catchy music.
Oh, right. Of course, the music. Okay, so they have a lot going for them. But how does a band like this actually break through the noise? There are a million bands out there trying to make it.
You're right, it's a crowded field. But here's the thing about Whiskey Bound.
Okay, so what's the thing about Whiskey Bound? What makes them different?
What's fascinating here is that they're not just chasing a record deal or trying to fit into some prefab mold. You know,
Yeah.
they're doing things their way, on their terms.
And that seems to be working for them, at least here in Michigan. But you think they can translate that to a national audience?
It's definitely a challenge, but they've got a few things working in their favor. First, that local grassroots following we talked about.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing. It means they've already got a built-in fan base that's genuinely invested in their success.
True, and passionate fans are the best kind of marketing.
Exactly. Second, their sound, that blend of country and classic rock, has a really broad appeal. And lastly, their social media presence is top-notch.
It really is.
They're constantly connecting with fans, sharing their journey, giving people a reason to care.
It's that band next door vibe that makes them so relatable. You almost feel like you know them personally.
And that connection is invaluable in today's music industry. Fans want more than just music.
Yeah.
They want a relationship with the artists they support. Speaking of which, if you're looking to dive deeper into their world, their Facebook page is the place to be.
Okay.
It's www.facebook.com/whiskeyboundband.
I'm already there. You know, it's funny, we started this deep dive wondering if a band can stay true to its roots and still make it big.
And what have we discovered?
Well, Whiskey Bound is proof that staying true to yourself might just be the key to standing out in a crowded industry.
It's a powerful message, isn't it? They're not trying to be the next big thing. They're simply being whiskey bound. And who knows, that authenticity might just be what takes them all the way.
It's been amazing to follow their journey, and I have a feeling this is just the beginning for them. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
The pleasure was ours.